Hey guys, this is Wolf of Dimensions coming at you with,
D-Man 1954.
and we're here with another versus video, this time from Chris the Lion. Anguruis versus Baragon. I won't lie, these are both fan favorites of mine. Let's get started. These monsters are both pretty unique. Both are usually the underdog in any situation they're in, plus the fact that they're really not seen as very important.
Yeah, they're both more obscure monsters in the kaiju universe. Baragon only having three real appearances, one of them being a cameo in Destroy All Monsters, and Anguirus being in multiple of the Showa series, but then kind of fading away in recent years, only making a brief appearance in Final Wars.
And as we can get along with this, both of these monsters have similar abilities, they have similar fighting styles, and they both overall are very similar. But it will come down to slight differences in their body styles and fighting styles.
So the versions or the heights of the two kaiju we're using are Baragon's highest and Anguirus' smallest, just because it's not a fair fight any other way. So Baragon's highest height is 30 meters, and Anguirus' smallest height is 60 meters. So those are the two heights of the kaiju we're using.
Yes, so we're going to start off Baragon. Now, D-Man, list us his abilities.
Baragon's abilities are a flame ray, similar to Godzilla's red spiral ray, but weaker. He has a horn that he can make crackle anytime he wants. It will also glow on command. He can burrow. He can jump unusually high. He has natural teeth and claws. He has defensive ears. Those can wrap around his head, which will latch on to his horn, kind of giving him protection in the eye region. Um, he has strong jaws and thick skin.
Yes, now Anguirus' abilities. This is going to be a bit different because Anguirus has his shell, a shell protection protecting his whole upper back and neck area usually, unless you go to 55 where that shell did nothing for his neck. But if we continue on, his other abilities are he can dig, he can jump, he can roll because of his shell. He can also he has the horns, the claws, and the teeth. He also has multiple brains in all of his limbs, which help him reflex and move faster. Now, we're going to the mental state of these monsters next. So, for. Oh, wait, did you have anything to say?
I was just going to add, Anguirus also has a very strong jaw, although not strong enough to withstand being broken King Kong style by Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, but it's Mechagodzilla.
But then again, it is strong enough to heal afterward and still be able to, a couple years later, grab onto Ghidorah's neck and he is able to hold on as he's lifted into the air.
Yes, very true, and that's partially why I like him. But moving on to their mental states. Now, Anguirus is a monster that takes on foes bigger than himself, which is what changes this fight up a little because he is actually the bigger one. Being this, he will fight any monster if he is ever engaged in a fight. He will fight them. He will attack until he knows for sure there is no going back or even to the death. He is a very, not really confident monster, more of he is a very brave monster who will continue the fight no matter what. He isn't afraid.
And
Now, Baragon, I'll let you add, um, Baragon actually will run from an enemy to escape to live. But his mental state is he's a guardian. That's his job. So that's all he'll do is to protect what he needs to.
I was just going to add, Baragon has some of Anguirus's bravery, you could say, because the two things that you ever see Baragon fight, although he was in Destroy All Monsters, he did not fight. The two things you've seen him fight are both bigger than him. He fought a colossal Frankenstein and GMK's Godzilla, but like we said, both of them, well, first of all, both of them weren't that much bigger than him. Anguirus is known to take on opponents huge compared to him, such as Ghidorah. And Baragon also, like we said, kind of flees. He basically uses the fact that he's faster than these big monsters to gain the upper hand. And the fact that Anguirus is similar size range and faster than him, I don't think he will have any advantage at all.
It just depends on the mental state is very different, so it's going to affect the fight.
Yeah. Um, so the advantages Baragon has over Anguirus are he has long range attacks, which would be the Flame Ray, but Anguirus is known to take blasts from Godzilla, so the Flame Ray won't do much. Um, and that's pretty much the only thing he has against Anguirus, unless he was able to distract him with the horn crackling. But even that, I don't think would play that much of a role.
Yeah, it's not going to affect Anguirus much. Anguirus is a digger. He also can, get away a lot faster. Probably could jump faster, too. So what's going to be the big advantage is close range and who can get a good shot. Now, with that going on, this will probably go down very close quarters. Anguirus will dodge probably multiple fire rays. Baragon, figuring out that this won't work, gets in close. They tumble, and Anguirus would probably try to stab Baragon with the horn. Baragon would defend himself with his ear pieces, and I think it would go down to them really just going at it.
Yeah, it'd be a very close combat, brutal battle. I don't think there's really any other way it could go other than just necks being bitten, just claws scratching, all this stuff, and that's really how I think it would go.
And as they're tearing each other apart, as they keep fighting close, scratching, clawing, stabbing, Baragon will bite on Anguirus' arm and lock. Anguirus, freaking out for a minute, would probably think, latch on to Baragon's throat and bleed him out.
The other way this could go is Anguirus would use his bigger height. His stronger. He's stronger. He's been more combat experienced. He's, like I said, larger. So he would use that to gain the upper hand on Baragon. And then I think he would roll up into his ball. And then I think using the ball form, he would be able to just use the spikes, roll in against Baragon enough to the point where Baragon's ripped up and bleeding out.
Yeah, so that's what we believe. It could be either one of those options, but Anguirus wins. And he wins because of what he's able to do and what he's able to pull off.
Yeah, there's no situation where this would go down where Baragon would be able to pull out the win.
Okay, thanks guys for watching. This is ofDimensions, and
D-Man 1954.
see you guys.
D-Man out.